Hey Hub family, it's Corinne again, and I am excited to be bringing you yet again the encouraging word of the day. So as Pastor Liz mentioned on Sunday, we are starting a new series this Sunday called Experiencing God, and we're going to be going through the Experiencing God Bible study book together and picking out points and things that God is speaking to us, focused on the idea that we can, as Christians, experience God, and the sermon series is focused on how to help us experience God better. So I have the privilege of starting that today, and so I'm going to pick out something that I believe that God is sharing with me that I think will help you as well, hopefully. So the first thing that we learn is that God wants us to follow him one step at a time. So often we get ahead of God, or we ask him, God, can you show me or tell me, can you give me all of the steps before I'm willing to follow you? We say, what do you want me to do? When do you want me to do it? How shall I do it? Where shall I do it? Whom do you want me to involve? Tell me what the outcome will be. And more often than not, God is saying, I'm just going to tell you one step at a time. And our response really should be, Lord, as you go with me, tell me what to do one step at a time, and I will do it. God, I will release my way to you and trust in you. And I'm not saying that's easy at all, because that requires a lot of faith. And that's where a lot of us falter. We struggle to trust God in even moment to moment sometimes. And so the idea here is trust God one day at a time. And I think sometimes we have to pare that way back, and we have to say, I'm just going to try trusting in you one step at a time, one moment at a time, one situation at a time. Because trying to walk in step with you one day at a time seems too big. Because the truth is that God is way more likely to ask us to trust in him and walk with him one step at a time than he is to give us all the details. And why is that? It's because God wants to develop a trust in him. God wants us to develop a trust in him. He wants us to develop a dependence on him. Because it's when we have that dependence on him and when we are so connected to him that we really are truly able to experience full and abundant life. But it's only when we're deeply connected to God that we have that luxury and that ability, because apart from God, we do not have the ability to have all of that peace and hope and truth and goodness and all of the things that God offers us. So the question we have to ask ourselves as we enter into following God one step at a time is, am I willing to follow God by faith and not by sight? Am I willing to say, okay, God, your way, I'll try it your way, I'll do it your way, even if the surroundings around me don't seem to make a lot of sense? Often throughout the Bible, God says, hey, go here, do this, and the people he's asking of say, that doesn't make any sense, but that's God's way. That's how God does it. So maybe ask yourself this question today: am I willing to follow God by faith and not by sight? And am I willing to just try to take one step in trusting him? Can I just follow him step by step by step? Matthew 6:33-34 says, seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will worry about itself. And I'll leave you with that. Have a wonderful day in the Lord.